Talk to me about the coaching differences between like Australian coaches and European coaches, how they handle training sessions, how they handle game sessions, how they handle interpersonal relationships.
Oh, golly. Chalk and cheese. Wow. Black and white. It's so different. Yeah, look, obviously, love playing in Australia. I think Australian coaches are really, they're quite personable.
Right.
They really, I think Australian coaches try and keep the peace a little bit more than maybe European coaches. Europe's pretty cutthroat. For people that have played in Europe, you've got to perform or else you don't get another job kind of thing. And I guess coaching is exactly the same. So, look, I've had my fair share of situations and coaches in Europe. My first season in France, in Lyon, I think they sacked like 2 or 3 coaches in the 3 months that I was there. And I was like, oh my God, what have I got myself into?
Hold on though, Alice, do they always, so when the new coach came in immediately, did he bring a new system or was he like, hey, let's just keep doing what you're doing and I'll pick it up?
So he was the assistant.
Okay.
And so when the head coach got sacked, the assistant took over. And he pretty much was just, because we were in play down, so it was like the bottom 4. And he pretty much was just like, okay, for the next 6 weeks, we're doing preseason. And I was like, it's February. I just played the whole season in Australia. Like, I'm exhausted. And he's like, we would run 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours at night, every single day. Like,
wait a minute,
without
what do you mean run? What do you mean run? You mean run, play on the court, right?
Like, we would do sprints. And then we'd be like, are we going to do some basketball anytime soon? And he'd be like, yeah, you can do that later. You guys have to get fit. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am fit. Okay. But then I had a coach in Tarbes when I played in France the second season who I absolutely loved, who just knew the game so well. Francois, Abby Bishop played for him as well. He was just like such a good guy, knew the game really well, could communicate. And, I think he was like Spanish, English, French, Lord knows what else he could speak. He was just so smart and just such a great guy. And then my third season in Poland, I had a coach, Stefan. It was pretty nuts. And I could tell some wild stories from that season, I tell you what. But I remember when at the start of the season, we're all just like, I don't even know if like we can go through a whole season of this. This is nuts. This is crazy. And I remember he said to us, like, girls, you will hate me the whole season. He's like, you will hate me. I will push you. I will test you. I will do all of this type of stuff. But at the end of the season, you will text me and you will say like, Stefan, or, we used to call him coach, thank you so much for the season. Like, I learned so much. And you know what? It's exactly what I did. Because at the end of the season, I was like, you were the best coach that I've like ever had. He just, his X's and O's. I've been coached by Tom Ma, who, for those who know Tom, like absolute legend of the game. And he was my first pro team coach. So I feel like I could kind of deal with any coach that was thrown at me.
Wow.
But, my Polish coach had just like the same, X's and O's brain and saw the game the way Tom did. So that was really awesome for me. There were definitely some tough times, like for the season in terms of like how he approached us. The club that I played for had a lot of money trouble, so we didn't get paid for 6 months. So there was a lot of other stuff going on. But yeah, at the end of the day, I remember just saying to him, like, yeah, coach, you're exactly right. Like, I've improved out of sight. And he just got the best out of us as players. And I think our team was like picked to be last for the season and we came second. So
wow. So that was your final season in Poland.
Yeah. And then left Poland, did all the 3-on-3 stuff last year. Really wanted to go back to Europe last season. But just wasn't really in the mental headspace for another grueling year. I guess my body and my mind was pretty tired after the 3-on-3 in the off season. And I think I kind of know myself well enough. I was like, nah, it just wouldn't be a good thing for me to go to Europe and at this time. So